Police, he put antifreeze in the child's milk because he did not want to pay child support.
It hit home because it was an 18-day-old baby.
South Fulton Police Sergeant Serta Dickerson was the lead detective on this attempted murder case. He said seeing this newborn poisoned by antifreeze was tough.
So it kind of hit home based off of us trying to figure out who done it.
It all started when Curtis Jack got his coworker pregnant. She told police Curtis tried to get her to terminate the pregnancy for the entire 9 months. Once she had the baby, she had to stay in the hospital. So she told the father to come pick up breast milk from her and take it to the baby at the grandmother's house. Curtis told police he put antifreeze in the milk because he didn't want to pay child support.
That could have killed that child.
Yes.
It didn't. But once Curtis was indicted and faced several charges, including attempted murder, detectives were so confused by the motive in this case because they said the father had a good paying job and the mother does too.
Attention, player haters and overrated disbelievers of all kinds. I stand before you today 10 toes down as the bearer of bad news. Y'all done fucked up.
Right in the heart with a silver bullet.
Yeah. I think they plotting on man. Don't wipe their feet when they enter the lab. I feel a full stare.
What's happening? L.A.R. movement still moving. I gotta talk about this little punk mother. This is gonna get real disrespectful, but I'm gonna try to not cuss a lot. So you at work, you meet a lady at work, you have sex with this lady at work, she gets pregnant. You tell her to get rid of the baby. She doesn't. She has a baby, and you so mad because I don't want to pay child support. You put antifreeze in the baby's baby pop. Like if you would have killed the baby, as if they wouldn't have had run tests on the baby, because antifreeze is poison basically. They gonna know something wrong. It's antifreeze, and then what you gonna go? Oh no, oh my baby. No, you're going to jail either way. You're not going to jail for life, but you went to jail. And I hope they beat the brakes off of you every day. Every day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I hope somebody try to get you pregnant. and you go, you can't keep this baby. Because this is where I'm going at this particular point. Some of you folks are mad because you're sexually irresponsible. And I can't blame it on, okay, you being young and wild, or you being young and you're naive. We got the same hairline, boy. You grown as a mug. You grown as a mug. But you out here going raw, but I don't want no baby. Y'all shouldn't be having sex, man. And I understand that, because like when people hit a certain age, when you date after a certain age, people just have this thing where they don't want to use condoms. And it's weird because people they say they don't want kids, but they having all this unprotected sex. And half of these people say they're on birth control, and half of them lying, right? So, but you already know that when you're going through it. So, and that's why you see guys in their 30s and 40s and 50s having kids. When they was like, man, I was done. Mm-hmm. No, you wasn't. You wasn't done going raw. That's a thing. But this guy, but even with the news, I gotta say that at the news, he has a good job, he should pay. Don't antagonize the guy. Because now you go, at the end of that thing, people gonna go, just because they got a good job don't mean I want to pay child support. Which is a true thing, but That don't mean you try to poison the baby. I ain't gonna say it's your baby, but you trying to poison a baby like the baby did something to you. It ain't the baby's fault that you didn't have discipline. That ain't the baby's fault. And I'm betting this ain't a one time thing that you were shooting up that club a lot. And then when the baby's going, I don't want a baby. I would beg to bet. I beg to bet. I would make a bet to say he said he didn't want the baby. She was pregnant and he was still hitting. Like, too bad. Because there's no way that lady thought he was going to do something like that because she was like, I'm giving you the baby. We'll go get the baby some milk or whatever. Sending him to Aaron. So I know they was like still communicating, but it's scumbag behavior. Which leads me to another thing that I got that goes with this stuff. That's no nice way I'm about to say this. There's a sexual market for ugly people and bad built people. And I'm going to say the ugly people and bad built people are super horny and they're super reckless sexually. Because they just, because they're like, I'm ugly, I don't know when I'm going to do this again. I've been going on a drought for 72 years. I'm bad built. You know, you out here built like the Hamburglar or Gru, I don't know when I'm gonna get this chance again. So, they minds and hormones are just racing like I'm finna give you some. They out here, you know, getting prepared in their mind and running around like Gusto from CB4. I'm finna get some. I'm finna get some. Like it's that type of stuff. So they put themselves in crazy bad positions. But then you get mad. You get this mad. You know, I'll tell you a story. And, and this goes to being sexually irresponsible also. Um, because in your mind, you're like, man, I'm a wild out. Oh, I'm going wild out. I'm finna get it. I'm finna act a fool with it. Okay. And now you got a baby on the way. And since I'm gonna be petty, some of you cats that's the side dude, the side dude is just he being sexually irresponsible, but he don't care because hey, y'all don't know how many side dudes got a baby with somebody's wife or girlfriend. Like, that baby look like mama, but I just can't see it. That's been going on forever and a day. That's the only, and even them, they go, man, I can't, man, I want people to know that's my baby. Shut up. You don't want nobody to know. You want people to know after somebody else is taking care of that kid. It's just that hopefully when they turn 18, I'm gonna pop up. That's how it used to be, right? But this idea that I want to do what I want to do, but I just don't want to go to court. What if she said? Because this ain't about child support. That's the other thing. This ain't about child support. He didn't want a baby. That's what this is about. You don't try to. I don't want child support. You could have, if you could have, since you wasn't gonna get custody per se. I'm guessing. So you said, let me eliminate the baby. You didn't want the baby. You didn't want a baby at all. Because if you didn't want child support, you could have, if you gave her antifreeze, but that's not what you was doing. You gave your baby, a baby. I don't care if it's your baby, a baby that's happened to be your baby, antifreeze. And 9 times out of 10, I bet this motherfucker got kids. And now the kids gotta look at their daddy like, yeah, my little brother. And like, what kind of shit? What that? You know what? I never liked him. I knew it was something about him. I knew he wasn't right. I knew something was off about him. Now I get it. He just gave my baby brother antifreeze. And some people, some cats be like, "Hey man, you gotta snap." And I do believe that men can snap too. That ain't snapping. That's premeditated, attempted murder of a baby because you didn't want to wear a condom or pull out on multiple nights. You was the one flirting with at work. You was the one hollering at her. You was the one trying to get that number. You was the one taking her out to dinner. You was the one bringing her over. You was the one asking for sex, probably at work and on breaks. You was the one knocking it down and having all the fun. Oh, man, I'm going with it out. So you got a baby. Shut up. That's what that is. You had a baby now. Shut up. And don't worry about it now. Whenever you going to go to jail, by the time you get out, that baby going to be certain years old. They ain't going to let you. You ain't gonna, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it now. Trust me. You probably ain't gonna never be in the same room as that baby. And if that baby get big enough, by the time you get out, I'll watch it. You get out, that baby might be 10 when you get out. Who knows? Maybe 15. That baby become a grown man. Oh, he gonna beat the shit out of you. Oh man, a long time ago, son, I know I tried to kill you, but I love you now. Boy, please. Boy, please. That ain't a oops my bad offense. That's an on site for life offense. And it's because you didn't want to pull out. It ain't everybody. It ain't just, well, she tricked me. No, you too old for she tricked me. You way too old for that. But I'm gonna leave it at that, man. You tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.